The Honorable Chief Justice of Pakistan has reiterated a number of opinions about the, democracy. So that is the destiny lies in the democracy. Despite lot many problems, issues, the allegations of corruption, far and against, because this is in the growing stage. Inshallah, the last two terms have been completed by the democratic forces for whole tenures. So this stint of 5 years. So this would be inshallah third time in 2018. Earlier you have heard in 1988, in 93. So there were some breakups. Within that very period, after 2 years, there was because that there was Section 58 to be in the Constitution, vesting with the unbridled power to the President to overthrow the democratic forces. But now situation is we should have the record. We received our distinguished guests from the European Union and they interacted with us, they got the feedback, they got the updated information about the election process, the development of democratic institutions in the country. So this is otherwise credit would go to you. You are long-term observer. Yes, Mr. Mohammed Zubair Khattai, he is by virtue of his regional office in the additional district assistant and returning officer of constituency NA 161 of district Lodhran. 161. 161. Yes.
Thank you. So just to introduce ourselves, we are the long-term observer team with the European Union, and we are covering the districts of Lodhran and also Karawal. We're staying in Lodhran. And my name is Melanie, and I'm from the UK.
And I'm I'm from Portugal. And
basically you're Portuguese.
Yes.
You are from?
UK.
Yeah. Where the European office is in Brussels? Right?
Yes, it is in Brussels. Yes.
Brussels, Belgium.
Yes, but we have for this mission our head office in Islamabad. And I was saying before that our teams are spread around Pakistan.
Yes.
And political candidates, with domestic observer groups, and with relevant NGOs and the media. And we will be over 100 observers on election day. We're very happy to be here.
You can formulate your question where conditions where you want.
Well, our first question is in terms of if you can give us your general assessment of the preparations for the elections here in your district, in terms of operational materials, distribution of materials, also if there have been some delays in this distribution. Some candidates
Do you have the overview of the election laws and the
Yes.
constitutional
Yes.
provisions? You must be having.
Yes, we have.
So you have framed your question with respect to the arrangements
Yes.
in this very district.
Yes.
So as far as overall infrastructure of this election is concerned, so we have got total 688 polling stations covering two NA constituencies, one 160 NA and the other one is 161. Okay. Along with these two National Assembly constituencies, we have got 5 provincial assemblies, 2 to 4 to 2 to 8. Almost half of the 2 to 4 is attached with the 160 and the other one is 161. So we have the whole setup of 7 returning officers for all these 7 constituencies, to that of NL, relevant, and the PP.
So you have 7 returning officers.
7 returning officers. And they are having the support staff of assistant returning officer. This has also been provided in the Elections Act 2017 and the rules framed thereon. Earlier, prior to this, there were as many as 8 different laws, federal statutes. So now that those have been merged into one by the outgoing parliament in 2017. The Senate elections were conducted in accordance with that latest promulgated election law. And furthermore, almost 6 to 7 polling staff like presiding officer, assistant presiding officer, polling officer, assistant polling officer, So they would be manned at one polling station for facilitating the voters to exercise their right of franchise independently in a peaceful environment. So overall, as far as she want to ask about the security concern, so it's a very peaceful, by the grace of God, this district is very peaceful. But we are all these are new, the district administration, the district police officers with all this paraphernalia. Furthermore, you must have heard, it's a mega exercise. Pakistan Army is also rendering its services. And that is in, as per mandated under Article 245 of the Constitution of Islamic Republic, in the aid of civil service, in aid of civil power. So whenever, God forbid, in any natural disaster, like God forbid earthquake, floods, like similarly after every 5 years when the elections are conducted, because they are having the manpower. So, but they'll confine themselves to the extent of providing security support to our civil law enforcement agencies inside the two-person army personnel, inside the polling station and two outside the polling station. So they would just, it's a, kind of reinforcement to our city. Otherwise, they don't have any other concern.
Do you think voters will be concerned about the presence of the security, or you think it will be reassuring?
No, because our community services of Pakistan Army, just to have a vigil on those persons, not only the voters, the common public. Because it's I have told you, this is big exercise, like exercise all over the country. Certainly millions of people would throng towards the polling station, although there would be queue system, and as per timing they will cast their vote.
And with regard to the polling staff, did you have any difficulties in recruiting the right number?
No. Prior in time, the election commission started this exercise, even much prior to the general election, day of general election. Almost this exercise starts about 2 months prior to the actual polling day. When the President finds the notification and the declaration is made by the Election Commission of Pakistan. So from the government departments, we are provided with the list of the government servants, particularly those of concerned with the education department. And in every country, I know in your country as well, this is the big organization.
All of them are
all of them.
My country not necessarily.
Not necessarily, because maybe a election commission personnel, exclusively the election personnel.
Do you have a percentage of how many of this are women?
What?
How many of the staff are women?
Women staff in the
Polling staff.
We have the female polling stations as well as male polling stations as per the population, the census and the registered voters. So accordingly, almost 50% ratio
is 50 polling stations for male. We are meaning combined polling stations.
Yes.
Maximum combined 50 female and 50 male.
accordingly the polling staff from the daily education department.
So you found enough
Even we keep 5% in reserve in case of any emergency. Anything could happen with any person, so then we can arrange. Whereas I have told there are 688 overall polling stations in the district. Those are divided into 160, 353, probably 353 polling stations are relating with ML 160, and accordingly the BPs, because the polling station is the same.
Yes.
Whereas the 335 in 161 and 161.
And the training?
They haven't done training with the coordination of United Nations Development Program. So I had the privilege to address those presiding officers particularly, because they are being vested with the magisterial powers for that particular day of polling.
And it's all completed?
Absolutely, they underwent almost 3 days, 3 days.
What is the
only for the very but there is a, this time another provision was introduced in the Elections Act 2017. When we started this exercise, so we were called per Continental Lahore, Chief Election Commissioner of Pakistan was the guest of honor. So we all the district returning officer of 36 districts of Punjab, including that of Islamabad, it was at 37. We went through the process of oath-taking ceremony, and then it's trickled on effect. So there is a letter, circular, and instructions. When I came, by all the returning officers and the assistant returning officers, all government officers, senior officers, they went around, they were taken administered oath by me. Then district monitoring officer, deputy commissioner, who is head of the district administration in the district, he also invested with the part of district monitoring officer, along with a team of almost 10 members team of different variable department. And so there was a pledge that we will ensure free, fair and transparent elections in all respects. Otherwise, circular mega, so there is a possibility of something that it would be atmosphere, peaceful arrangements. So hopefully.
How many district monitoring officers are there, will there be in
By virtue of his office, actual every deputy commissioner, head of the executive of the district, is district monitoring officer, mainly to maintain the code of conduct for the contesting candidates. So they should not go for any violation of rules pertaining to corner meetings, while propagating their policy, their manifesto, if they are representing any political party. So they can definitely, their fundamental democratic right. They can form the public opinion, they can convey their message, they can tell them how to resolve solve their difficulties. There are difficulties in different dimensions, pertaining to education system, health facilities, communication, roads, for agriculture development, for providing employment to they will sit in the parliament. So certainly they will be knowing what is the ground reality in that very district. This is the basic purpose and objective of every democratic institution.
Do they have staff who also will be working underneath them in this role of monitoring?
Yes, must be. They have their own staff. There's body there. So whenever it is needed, when somebody points out either a rival candidate or they get the information through the concerned police officer. As per the code of conduct, this is the prescribed size of the pamphlet, leaflets, billboards, but that is given by similarly, there is a limit of expenditures.
Yes.
But during that election, that should also be monitored.
And are you aware?
Above all, but we are ensuring Election Commission of Pakistan, so they should not, make any sort of campaign of vilification and insinuation against our institutions. Pakistan Army, unnecessary, without any basis, without any foundation. Same is the scenario with respect to judiciary. But they can make friends. They can make friends from the public. If they make friends, so definitely they will cast vote in their favor.
Are you aware of any violations that have been
Because it have been reported, but those have been taken to task. But mainly we also passed on the instructions, they should be preventing more. Because they are undergoing this exercise of democracy, so they may not feel any sort of victimization, or unnecessarily they are being harassed rather. So whatever happened to this was also my instruction during the meeting. First of all, district monitoring officer and team should strive hard to make them, to sensitize them, to make them understand. They have to play a significant role for the betterment of the continent, so being their elected members. So they are elected members, so they should demonstrate grace, they should demonstrate some grandeur, they are very respectable, dignified leader.
So if I understand you correctly then, there have been some small infringements, but these are now...
Those happen, let's say if they haven't removed. So all right. The purpose is served.
And what is the nature?
Billboard, I am telling you, let's say there is, sorry, just for the sake of illustration.
Just an example.
If the prescribed size of that 4 by 8 of that billboard, so but somebody has got made that in 5 by 8 ton, so well, remove it. So that sizes are, let's say that the
Is this related to the phone?
No, this is campaign
it's
material.
in campaign material, only part of candidates.
Yeah.
Only part of candidates are the exporter. Somebody himself offers, I have got my beautiful house and law and beautiful place here. This is their own. But we have to show within that code of conduct and rules. You should not.
How many monitoring teams are there in Lodhran?
I
And how do
I
you see
told you that I
their
told you.
rule about this?
I have told. Basically, they have to maintain code of conduct for the contesting candidates. What code of conduct? Which has been postulated in the rules and the Elections Act 2017 and the rules framed thereon. So the teams have been, so every team has been, earmarked a particular area, particular constituency. Let's say we are going to be 2 to 4. So there is gentleman who is a team member of the that monitoring team under the supervision of deputy commissioner, deputy district monitoring officer for the purpose of this very election. So he will be termed district monitoring team for these 2-3 months. It is going to be lapsed within 5-6 days. So this is his additional part. As I am district returning officer, whereas by virtue of my original position I am district assistant. Likewise, he is additional district assistant. This is Naeem Nawaz is senior civil judge admin as well. Basically, we have to deal with the cases.
And did you receive the ballots yet? Or
Yes, I received and I have distributed the concern to all the concerned element.
there have been no delays with the ballots because of any outstanding court judgments like there have been in some other districts?
But every district has, because in fact the election, but there are two probably cases. There were 2 printing presses, one in Sambal and the other one is Karachi. Since we are more, as far as distance is concerned, and convenience is concerned, we are more closer with Karachi, Sambal. Otherwise, whatever was their own strategy. So we deputed our other judge, who is not returning officer, but an addition which was assigned to him. He accompanied with the person from the district administration and the army personnel, some 2-3 army personnel. They brought in a very safe facility to, that's a practice.
Issue C-130 of
And it was planned C-130, but probably we couldn't arrange.
We heard yesterday from your counterpart, the district returning officer in Kanawal, that there was delay for some of the ballots for 2 of their constituencies because of delayed court
This is not the delay.
court cases were being discussed of candidates.
That is subjected to. If somebody who was a candidate, he was approved and his name was sent for the for printing on the ballot paper, but subsequently if some court verdict is against him and he has been disqualified to be candidate, that can be changed. That amendment is permissible. But that is subject. But so far we don't have any.
You don't have any.
Yes.
We have one constituency. And today,
She also a candidate whose candidature is under scrutiny and that is subject to change of name in the ballot, not at all. This is not. This is not the case.
that has been decided.
That is pertaining to some collection of ballot. That constituency that is not.
So you have no contesting candidacies here in Lodhran.
But
So the candidates did not contest it somehow. This, which
yet we
may of
have
course.
the clear picture. Whoever who have underwent the scrutiny process, their name on the prescribed format have been displayed by the returning officer, and they are deemed to be the contesting candidate till today. So their names have also been written in the respective ballot papers. If somebody is independent and somebody is representing any political party, whatever is the simple as whatever, it is a matter of.
But up until now, no one.
No. In this district there is no issue. No issue. Except one constituent ballot paper of one constituent, 2 to 6, those would be received from the Samba first. And those are almost going to be
Why
received.
are they coming from Azad?
Tomorrow,
Why are the ballots coming?
There was a case regarding the candidature.
that's why the
now
free printing.
finalized.
Okay.
The question of free printing was there. That's all.
And can we know the name of the candidate and what was the final decision? Was
You
it-
have not received the news about
That information may be obtained from the returning officer.
concern who sits in a different city. It's a district we have over the sea. क्या रोड पक्का है दुनिया का.
And do you have any specific polling stations that are
There are some, under vision.
what is the reason for them being?
Normally, sometimes what happens, there are multiple reasons. One reason may be there is, some particular caste people from particular brotherly, we say, she must make you understand what is meant by brotherly. There is a particular community, they are in majority, and there is a possibility that they can create any asal. Being in majority, we have 70% people, and the rival candidate who's having not that much significant people of his like-minded are having harmony, are having understanding, are affiliated with that very party. Somewhere may be possibility of some sectarian element. Possibility.
Can you tell us where these are likely to be?
Well, basically, this is the DPO is healthy, but they are on loop. We have arranged security meetings on probably thrice with the deputy commissioner, with the DPO, with the army personnel, senior officers. On 12th of this month, a few days back, in this chamber, we had a robust meeting and detailed. We addressed every issue, whatever was the apprehension, whatever was the this sort of point which was critical for us in 44 coming election. Things are going well.
And which constituency are these in? 160 or 160?
Variable. Some related with NA 161, some related with 160. But those are a few in numbers. Overall, it's a very peaceful city. It's not like, it's not a big town. It's a small city. And 2 NA constituency and 5 PP constituency.
So you said that all the ballots have been distributed to the returning
To the
officers?
returning officer, so they'll open those boxes under their supervision, and then they'll put those in the bags of the National Assembly bags. There's different with the different color, PP bag with the different color. So that the concern as on 24th of evening, the process of this is called bulk breaking. It is with the use of the word is used for the distribution of election material. But the ballot paper are always distributed at the 11th hour.
Yes.
So that there should not be any possibility of tampering and foul play with those. But hopefully things are going well. So then they will be delivered. So we have, I received from Karachi, my person, one of my civil judge was, I have told you, there was a group of people, they came, they brought in a very safe manner. But normally everything, serial number, box number, there is no possibility of anything. But even otherwise, when the voter would enter in the polling station and he'll first approach the polling officer, so first of all he'll check. Well, it's like a checklist.
Yeah.
If he's having the CNIC, he'll show the CNIC.
Yeah.
If his name is, included in that very voter list, so then he would be referred for further after the signature on the counter file. So everything would be maintained. Then he'll approach the provider, sir. System provider will issue the ballot paper. So he'll issue the ballot paper after verification on the basis of his inclusion of his name in that respective electoral roll. Then further process. Then he'll be given free hand. Okay, go that corner.
Yeah.
There's a booth. They put you after putting the prescribed stamp on the whichever is. We are not concerned with the candidate. We are absolutely independent people.
Yeah.
This is basically what I believe. This is a national cause, and we all pray for the for the flourishing of the democratic institutions. Well, that is no such like dictatorship, either civilian or military. So ultimately things would be on track. Maybe since we have completed 2 complete tenures of 5 years, from 2008 to onward and then to 2013 to onward, now we are heading toward 2018. Inshallah, if there would be a cleansing process. People would be more aware of their rights, they'll be more vigilant, they'll understand what is their significance being a voter. So then the consciousness and awareness would grow with the passage of time. So people elected members would be, in a refined form.
So with the distribution of the ballots, how will this work? Will the presiding officers have to come to each returning officer to take their materials?
Yes.
Do they have a schedule with a time?
We have proper lists. Yeah. We have their nomenclature. We have their identity. That are departments those are being represented by them. They are senior officers. Majority of them from the education department. So we have already ensured their attendance during the training. And let me tell you, they have also undergone the oath-taking process.
Yes.
Through the returning officer. So as I took oath, administrative oath from returning officer and assistant returning officer, but a respective returning officer has taken also. This was a kind of, it's a dual benefit. On the one hand, they underwent training and then oath-taking ceremony, and the attendance was procured. So if there was any shortfall for any reason, due to some ailments, some normally ladies going through family life possibility, so that has to be ensured. If there was, we have got a 5% reserve. If such like situation occurs, then the person can be replaced.
So have you given each presiding officer a time to come to collect the materials?
So it would, because 25th of July is the polling day. Yeah. 1 day prior to this exercise would be undertaken.
So they can come at any time.
It would start in the 24th, evening or afternoon. So they'll come, they'll collect, put their signature, and tomorrow they'll be at their respective polling station for undergoing this exercise of polling.
And where are the materials stored? Here?
Yes, in my supervision. So that I should be more vigilant, being supervisory officer.
And with regard, to the voters list, I was going to ask with regard to the voters list. How accurate do you think they will be?
Let her put some pressure.
No, she is
just coordinator. She is coordinator.
She's our assistant, our interpreter.
Okay.
But we don't, because you speak very good English, so it's not necessary.
I'm not from an English-speaking country.
But you speak very
good. I studied from my village. When nearby district.
So the voter registration process, has it gone?
We are not concerned with that. As per Elections Act and rules, this is the duty of the Election Commission of Pakistan. They have their respective provincial election commission. They have every district election commission in the every district. So they have got whole the paraphernalia, whole the staff. So when this exercise is undertaken, whoever has attained the age of puberty and more than 18 years of age has been eligible to get his CNIC, he is eligible voter, so he should get registered himself with the Election Commission of Pakistan. So the things are very gadget, these things have changed a lot. There are not many convenience on this of this digitalization and computer system. They'll put and then okay, you are registered voter. So there is also some alert, SMS alert. One can verify by sending the CNIC where my vote stand registered. So he'll come to know about the constituency and the electoral vote. I mean this. So the things have improved a lot.
How many postal voting requests have you received?
There's a 3,000 in your area postal ballot. Almost
almost,
almost 3,000 for NA and almost 1,500 for every PP.
So 3,000 for National
For
Assembly?
National Assembly.
that was the ballot papers which were provided, but that ratio has not been issued.
Have. As per demand, whoever desires, they'll sign. So if he wants to cast his vote through.
And PP, how many? Sorry.
500.
Only
One
5,000.
each, 1,500 each. 1,500 each for every PP and 3,000 for NA. You know, NA is the bigger.
All the NAs.
One each NA 3,000, each PP 1,500.
Was there any issues arising from these slight differences in the boundaries of the constituencies in Lodhran? Are there changes in the boundaries of the...
Yes, yes. You know, there was a delimitation of Constituencies Act 1974 prior to promulgation of this Election Act 2017, but with certain amendments and changes, deletion and omissions and additions, so some constituencies have been changed. That's why their reference number has been changed. Let's say, for example, this 161 NA of District Lodhran was earlier known as NA 154. So there is some expansion took place in all over the Pakistan. So you know the basic principle of that determination of that very constituency: proximity and contiguity. Understand contiguity, adjacent, near, as proximity.
Were there any
near
voters complaining that, oh no, I have to travel from...
You are asking about the polling stations.
Yes, sir.
You are not asking about the constituency. Sometimes people do come. That too was under the Elections Act 2017, which is now in vogue. There is a provision under section 59 of subsection 6, probably, if not mistaken. So when if somebody says that we should be included in that very polling station electoral roll, relevant where instead of, let's say, polling station number 23, so he wants that we should be shifted to polling station number, but that would go en bloc, not single. So if somebody comes with some suggestions, objections, so that matter is heard by me. I received some about 20-25 such like objection. I decided some were turned down, some were approved after obtaining the report from the concerned returning officer and the deputy election commissioner. What is your point of view? If the number of persons or one person they want the shifting of the, but this is rare. But that basic purpose is to facilitate them. But if let's say the gentleman came, but he came later on, because 30 days prior to 1 month prior to polling day, those sort of suggestion and objection can be entertained by the district returning officer in his capacity to accept them. Somebody came, I said, gentleman, now you, on the one hand, you are late. You are just 5-6 days. In otherwise, you don't go to attend some funeral of your relative, marriage ceremony of your relative. You don't go 5-6 kilometers away. So take it as a, play trip. If let's say you want at 5 kilometers and this is at 12 kilometers.
Were there any
just
complaints about this?
Well, rare, a few. Sometimes the availability of the building is not where he wants. Some other building is that of private school which is not preferred, or some private office.
So far, up until now, how do you compare this election with the previous one in 2013?
One change is that in 2013 I was returning officer, so I was directly in contact with, like my friend Zubair Chutai, I was returning officer. In 2008 general election I was posted different district, but this time I am. But it was good. Really enjoyed.
Are there aspects better?
I received there, European, I don't have, I forgot somewhere. There was a team.
With our colleagues.
They were from Switzerland, probably, there were 3 people. In fact, at that time I was returning officer, so my district returning officer, the session judge, directed them to see me. So we had a.
But are there aspects which are better? Are other that you see that there is room for improvement?
The room for improvement is always everybody desires. Irrespective of the most developed nation. Have you heard about, that Trump election?
Oh, yes.
Have you heard? Yes. So what was the allegation of the Hillary Clinton? That Trump has been favored by hackers of Russia. There was some, very organized, computerized, technology-based rigging. And these matters have been taken up for, discussion in the Senate, American all institutions. There is every possibility.
In terms of materials, distribution, you don't see any shortage problem, everything
basically, as per scheme of regarding, ballot papers, let's say, just I'll give you the illustration. If there are registered voters of 910, one book of ballot papers is comprised of 100.
100.
So we'll be having 10 books, means 1,000 ballot papers. Okay, but those will be, everything will be counted for, will be returned. Because there is a serial number, this ballot paper number.
And on election day and election night, what will your role be?
My role? I can go and inspect and random checking if there is any possibility of foul play. There's a possibility of some rumpus, there's a possibility of some breach of peace, there's a possibility of some violation. Although this would be maintained by the law enforcement agencies and the district administration. But overall in charge, since I am the overall in charge, being district returning officer, so this is my paramount duty to ensure. So if the matter can be resolved by just a telephone call to the DPO, gentlemen, where are you? This is the report by the presiding officer and route through the returning officer to me. What is happening? So this is everybody's working style. So if I'll be, more vigilant, then I'll take him to task. And if that can be resolved, so if there is yet that is uncontrollable, I may visit. Go there.
And after the count, the presiding officers have to bring the materials. Do they come back to you, or do they?
No. They not. They report in the evening after counting, because there is a time of about till night between 25th of July and 26th of July. Yeah. So falling within 2 a.m. 2 a.m. That has not been increased. Polling day time has been increased from 5 to 6. Yeah. So they come on the prescribed performance. We have also got a, that is in the experimental phase, that result management system.
Yes.
They through by using the Android. So the moment the presiding officer compile the result, and that would be passed on through the immediately, then further to the election division of Pakistan. Normally what happens? This is, this is just a precautionary measure to make it transparent. As a matter, in reality, the polling agents, even in the earlier system, the polling agents remain there.
Okay.
So they get a knowledge. Everybody has almost an Android set. They'll pass on. At position number 1, what is the report? He says one flan candidate has won. Oh, well, Ravan, how many votes? So they'll get together. So they'll be having prior knowledge of the whole result. But this is just, but it's a legal process. Whatever is announced by the concerned returning officer, it is called unofficial normally. But on the basis of that performance, that system has also been implemented through that Android set. This is the position in the everything is tabulated. When it is tabulated, everybody will come to know who has won the election.
And when will the postal ballots be counted?
Oh, that is very different. Very, very terrible. Those have been counted for. You see?
Received, I have received.
Yes, at that very time. Normally these are kept sealed, then
No.
at the only day
Sealed.
वो DC
Sealed, sir.
नहीं है अभी सील है
अभी
तो
बेसिक के बाद आफ्टर
ओ उस वक्त चेक करके फिर ये शामिल करते हैं. Normally these ballot papers, there are few in numbers. If there is this exercise, let's say if the constituency comprised of 3 lakh voters and 2 lakh voters, meaning 200,000 voters have cast their votes, so then divided into different candidates. Then if there are 1,000 or 1,200, it doesn't matter if there is a difference of 30,000, 40,000. But legally and as per rules, those have to be counted.
Yes. So my question is when? When are they counted?
They've gone that very day counted with you.
counting.
With main result.
The main result.
So they are normally insignificant, but those are kept.
But after the presiding officer sends this 45
Yes, 45 round.
then after the counting is concluded in the polling station, where will the materials then will be taken? Here in Lodhran.
Normally in previous practice was what we used to dump that material with the district account office, the treasury, the exchequer of the government.
Yeah.
But in
Election office.
now we are thinking of election
So
office.
the district election office
District
will
election
collect all
office, Then it would be done because
Use ballots.
then the election dispute would start in some of the constituencies and then it would be needed,
So
those will be requisitioned by
the returning officers will not have any role in this collection of the materials after the counting?
After counting, they'll be receiving. Then they further would keep them, call the election commission personnel within 2, 3, 4 days, okay, they are sealed and they'll be kept in their government storage and whatever the space those are being provided. But those would be kept in the safe custody. As I am telling you, there is a possibility of if any dispute arises of election dispute and somebody says that the election was rigged, I was technically not in a very managed and maneuvered manner, so he will be satisfied by the court.
And what happens if there are any complaints on election day? For example, from party agents or from voters, what is the process?
That would be entertained firstly by the presiding officer. Let's say if he's inside the polling station and he finds somebody of committing some foul play or trying to influence anyone, going to extend threat to the voter, okay, you must not cast vote, or somebody, let's say, somebody by way of impersonating trying to cast the vote, there is a possibility. So in this scenario they will report, but he is having the magisterial power at it own. Whatever the punishment has been provided, he will be sent to jail. Summary proceeding, but that would not be a full dress trial like normal court system. That will be summary trial. If there is a credible, tangible, solid evidence is available with the presiding officer, they will be taken to task.
But what if, say, a party agent makes a complaint about something to the presiding officer?
If this complaint is certain, you must understand if that is genuine, that would be addressed, that would be acceded to. But sometimes if somebody is trying to just to humiliate, disgrace somebody, or just on the basis of wild allegation, or just to put somebody at God, okay, then the situation happens. That's all.
So thank you very much for your time, both of you. And I'm sure you may see us around in Lodhran.